Hey, ESPN and the NWSL, as you can see here, have expanded their deal for 27 and 28. This is great news for NWSL. ABC and ESPN are going to air 16 more regular season games each year, by the way, which basically doubles it, takes it from 17 to 33. There's going to be a new match of the week series, live exclusive decision day coverage, as all of you soccer slash football fans know. On that final day, they all play their games at the same time, which is really kind of cool. So they'll have coverage of that as well. So this is good news for the NWSL. Okay, this is really good news. The ESPN and the NWSL announced supplemental media rights deal. We had look, halfway through the season, because there was the 2 month break and so forth, ratings were down a little bit, but again, they were down from massive, massive increases the year before. And in August, things have bounced back a little bit. So, I think the context of all that is important. As Business Journal had reported back then, the league took a month-long break midway through the year, just with this July, which it's tough. I get it. It's so traditional and established over in Europe with international breaks and all that. I think it's a little different when you take such a huge break for a struggling league and maybe struggling isn't the right word anymore. But we know what we've gone through with soccer in this country, and ratings were basically down like 8% across everything. And this is a deal only in its second year. It was signed in November 2023. You've got CBS, ESPN, Ion, and Silver Prime Video also. A deal is worth $240 million, by the way, which I believe the previous, if I'm not mistaken, the previous deal, which was just CBS, was worth like 4.5 million. And of course, there was a huge uptick in viewing numbers. 2024 was a fantastic year, so it's important to put that context as well. In fact, and it may even be in here, I think the final, which had oh man, I thought I had it, but yeah, well, first of all, you can see the growth there, but anyway, I'm sorry, I thought I had it here for you, but I believe it was 1.1 million viewers for the final for NWSL last year, which is absolutely huge. So this is a big, big deal for this league. We're starting to get into an important place. Again, that they're going to basically double the number of games, which is awesome. Match of the week, all that. Jessica Berman is the current NWSL commissioner. As you see here, we are thrilled to build in our relationship with ABC and ESPN to deliver more NWSL action to fans. This supplemental agreement underscores the growing demand for women's soccer and ensures our players and clubs receive the visibility they deserve on some of the most prominent sports platforms. And I just got to mention, for those of you that don't remember, I think this was back, man, I want to say this was maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little more. I think something like that. I believe the league might have been in like its second or third year. There was um, a website streaming go90.com, and it had every game in the league for free, right? It was a free streaming service. Every game in the league, and it was on demand. So I had, and then it went from there. Kind of, that's when it got some better deals and so forth. But I watched for a couple of seasons every single game that the NW, like literally every game for every team that the league had, because it had those games on demand. So I would watch a few games each night throughout the coming week, not paying attention to what the results were so I could catch them all. So that was pretty awesome. Now, the one thing I think is going to be interesting going forward is the growth of the women's game around the rest of the world, where you have advantages with not just the culture of the sport, but also these big, huge established clubs that now have women's programs that they're putting money into, whether it's Arsenal or Chelsea or, PSG or organizations like that. And there's the worry how much talent we're going to lose out on in the NWSL that is going to go play for these historic clubs, and what that might do to the growth of the league. Because I really, really hope that we can prevent the NWSL from being MLS. And that's not a knock on MLS. It's just, that's just the way it is. America was not a soccer country. We finally got MLS established and growing enough to where it looks like it's going to stick around. But obviously, all the major talent goes and plays elsewhere. MLS is sort of the one of the last resorts, or I shouldn't say that. That's not completely fair, but one of the last resorts after all the big leagues that everybody knows. And I really hope NWSL doesn't end up like that. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on this deal in the comments below. Appreciate it as always. Go have a fantastic day. I will talk to you later.